Flathead screwdriver. Straight into the rim of a paint can. Bent lid, ruined seal, paint dries out before you use the rest of it. Every single person's done this. 12 repairs where the tool everyone reaches for is actually the wrong one. And what to grab instead. Wrong tool, right tool. Why it actually matters. Let's go. Repair 1. Opening a paint can. Wrong tool, a flathead screwdriver. It works, technically, but it bends the rim. And a bent rim means the lid never seals right again. Your leftover paint dries out in storage. Right tool, Bates 10 in one painter's tool. $6.95. 6,890 reviews, 4.7 stars. Rust-resistant steel blade, actually shaped to pop a lid without deforming the metal. Also scrapes paint, putties windows, removes wallpaper. $7, does the one job right and 9 other jobs too. Repair 2. Cutting PVC pipe. Wrong tool, a hacksaw. Leaves a rough, uneven edge that never seats cleanly in a fitting, and you're sanding it down after. Right tool, Bates ratchet PVC pipe cutter. $9.95. 3,626 reviews, 4.5 stars. Manganese steel blade, ratchet mechanism so you're squeezing repeatedly instead of sawing. Clean, square cut every time, up to 1 5/8 inches. Not for 2-inch or metal pipe, just plastic, but for standard PVC work, this is night and day versus a hacksaw. Repair 3. Removing a stuck oil filter or fitting. Wrong tool, pliers. They grip, sure, but they also chew up chrome and finished metal every single time. Right tool, Libreton rubber strap wrench set. $19.99. 2,321 reviews, 4.3 stars. 2 sizes, rubber strap wraps around the object and grips without marring the surface. Oil filters, fittings, even stuck jar lids. One honest note: it's not great on very smooth or polished shower heads and faucets. The strap needs some texture to actually grip. Repair 4. Removing old caulk. Wrong tool, a hammer and chisel. Slow, and you usually gouge the surface underneath along with the caulk. Right tool, Always CT 31 3-in-1 caulk tool. $5.49. 10,105 reviews, 4.4 stars. Stainless blade for removal, rotatable silicone tip with 3 bead profiles for laying new caulk clean. $5 fixes both ends of the job, tearing out the old bead and laying a smooth new one. Repair 5. Cutting heavy gauge wire. Wrong tool, scissors. Damages the blades, and honestly, it's not a safe way to cut wire under any real tension. Right tool, Work Pro 7-inch diagonal pliers. $12.99. 3,218 reviews, 4.6 stars. 50 CRV steel, heat-treated, hardened cutting edges built specifically for wire. Clean cut, no damaged blades, no fighting the material. Repair 6. Drilling into tile or masonry. Wrong tool, a standard drill bit. Cracks tile almost immediately, barely scratches concrete. Right tool, Tiggy 10-piece masonry drill bit set. $11.68. 12,736 reviews, 4.3 stars. Carbide tips, 7 sizes from 1/8 to 1/2 inch. Works on tile, brick, concrete, glass, ceramic. Cool with water and control your speed. That's the actual technique that makes these last, not just the bit itself. Repair 7. A leaking pipe joint. Wrong tool, super glue. It's not rated for water pressure or the flex a pipe sees, and it fails fast. Right tool, JB Weld steel stick epoxy putty. $5.70. 17,696 reviews, 4.6 stars. Steel reinforced, hand mixable, sets in 5 minutes, fully cures in an hour. NEF certified, safe for contact with drinking water. This is an actual repair, not a stopgap 900 psi lap shear strength once cured. Repair 8 fishing wire through a wall. Wrong tool, a straightened coat hanger. It kinks, it's too short, and it has zero flex control once it's a few feet into the wall cavity. Right tool, Klein Tools flat steel fish tape. 25 feet. 16.97 cents. 2,422 reviews, 4.6 stars. Spring steel, firm but flexible, slim plastic tip that doesn't catch on insulation or framing. Laser-etched foot markings so you know exactly how far you've fed it without guessing. This is the actual tool electricians carry for exactly this job. Repair 9. Chiseling a wood joint or mortise. Wrong tool, a flathead screwdriver, and a hammer. It works until it doesn't. The tip isn't ground for wood, and you tear the grain instead of cutting it. Right tool, Hurricane 4-piece wood chisel set. $13.39. 6,862 reviews, 4.7 stars. CRV steel, 25-degree bevel edge, 4 sizes. Built to take mallet strikes without the edge rolling over. Cleaner cut, less tear out. Actual control over the depth of the cut. Repair 10 removing old staples from furniture or carpet. Wrong tool, a claw hammer. Tears the fabric or the surrounding material almost every time you try to lever a staple out. Right tool, 3-pack tack lifter. $11.99. 1,024 reviews, 4.5 stars. Curved steel, screwdriver style design gets under the staple cleanly. 3 in the pack so you've always got a spare. One limitation worth knowing: it's not built for staples that are extremely tight or oversized. Don't force it on those. Repair 11 capping an exposed wire splice. Wrong tool, electrical tape by itself. It insulates technically, but it doesn't mechanically hold the wires together, and it can loosen over time. Right tool, 180-piece wire connector set. $6.99. 5,083 reviews, 4.7 stars. Insulated shell with a metal spring insert that actually grips and holds the connection tape goes over this, not instead of it. 5 sizes, color-coded, complete range for standard household wiring work. Repair 12 a jammed garbage disposal. Wrong tool, a butter knife or a screwdriver jammed down into the disposal. Genuinely dangerous, and it doesn't reliably clear the jam anyway. Right tool, Insinkerator jam buster wrench. $7.49. 3,853 reviews, 4.8 stars, highest rating on this entire list. Insert the hex wrench into the center hole on the bottom of the disposer. Turn it back and forth to free the impeller. This is the actual tool Insinkerator makes for their own disposals, and at $7 there's no reason to reach for a butter knife again. That's the 12 small tools, mostly under $20, and every single one solves a repair people have been doing with the wrong thing for years. Which one of these have you been doing wrong this whole time? Be honest. Tell me in the comments. New tool videos every single day on ToolDrop. Subscribe. Hit the bell. You won't miss a drop.